Hello, I'm Teacher Robin. Welcome to another live streaming class. If this is your first time to join us, let me explain how the classes work. Today we're going to talk about motorcycle or motorbike vocabulary. So if you have a question during the class, you can write your question in the comments and I'll answer it at the end of the class. And I also have some questions for you to practice the vocabulary that we've learned today, and you can write your answers in the comments as well. So before we get started with today's topic, let's review what we learned last week in case you missed it. My colleague Marina was here and we were talking about LGBTQIA+ vocabulary. So if you're wondering what all of those letters stand for, you can find it in the video section of our Facebook page. So we talked about definitions and movie, book, and song recommendations related to this topic. So again, you can go to the video section and you can find all of our previous classes, so you can watch them again as many times as you want, share them on your own Facebook page, or tag someone you think might like to watch the video. So today we have a topic that I'm not very familiar with, so I have brought in a special guest to help me. Alvaro, could you please join me? So
Hello.
Alvaro is one of my co-workers here at ABBA, so could you introduce yourself? Where are you from, and what do you do here at ABBA, and what is your experience learning English?
I am from Mallorca. I have been living in Barcelona for 4 years now. I also have lived 1 year in England. And I work as IT system administrator here.
Okay, great. So you are a motorcycle enthusiast.
I am.
Okay, you have 2 motorcycles, right?
I do.
Yes, so he is a good expert to bring in today. So we're going to teach you some vocabulary, the different parts of the motorcycle, and some vocabulary related to the MotoGP race competition. Okay, so let's start with motorcycle or motorbike. So are these the same? Are they different? Actually, the only difference is that one is American English and the other is British English. So motorcycle is more American English and motorbike is more British English. It can also be shortened to just bike. So you can say, I ride my bike, but here you have to understand the context that we mean motorbike and not bicycle. Okay, because you can also say bike as a shorter version of bicycle. Good. Okay, so let's start with a lovely picture here of some motorcycles that belong to other ABBA employees. So which one is yours?
Yeah, mine is the last one. The one in the front is the bike from Ferran, or motorbike. And the one in the middle is from Angel,
Okay.
also working in the IT department.
Yes, so one day you went on an excursion together with your motorbikes. Okay, that's great that you can share that together. And we're going to now focus on your motorbike as an example, and we're going to teach you the different parts of the motorbike. Okay, so can you start, Alvaro?
Yeah, sure.
On your side?
Yeah, this is the what we call the seat, where you sit. You can also rest, if you are the passenger, on the top case. This is the registration plates. You can place the foot in the footrest. Be careful not to hit the exhaust, which is hot, and it's where the smoke comes out.
Yes.
We also have here the full tank.
Okay, good. So on this side we have the brake lever. So you press that when you want to brake, the throttle when you want to accelerate, right? The lights here, and here you have your brakes and your wheels and tire. And here I've added slick. So this is used for competition, right? So it's a special kind of tire?
Yes, a special kind of tire used for competition. It's not this one, because this one has
Tread.
has tread.
Yes.
has a tread.
Tires with no tread are called slicks. Very good. All right, so now that we know the parts of the motorcycle, we need to get our gear ready, okay?
Yeah.
So obviously the most important thing that you need is a helmet.
A helmet with the visor.
With the visor to protect your head, okay? What else do you need?
You need a jacket or a waterproof jacket with
Okay.
protections, if possible.
Yes.
Also gloves for the hands and boots. There are also special boots for motorbikes.
Okay, so you need all the gear to protect yourself and look great while you're
you can.
while you're riding your motorcycle. Okay, so I see David and Gerard have said hello, so thanks for watching. Do you have motorcycles? Please tell us in the comments. All right, so now let's move on to some vocabulary. So as we said earlier, a motorcycle can hold either one or two people, the driver and the passenger. So another way to say that you are the passenger is to say you ride pillion. To ride pillion, this is a British term. It means to ride in the passenger seat. So obviously, I don't have a motorcycle, so whenever I ride with someone, I have to ride pillion.
Have you ever ridden pillion?
I have, a few times, only a few times. Okay, Alvaro, this is your area of expertise, the championships. So can you explain what they are and when can we watch them if we're interested?
Yeah, there are many motorbike championships in the world. The main ones are these three, held in the same day: MotoGP, Moto2, and Moto3. This is from most powerful to less powerful. And you can watch these ones normally every 2 weeks, 1 week, 3 weeks, through the year, except in winter.
And do you always watch them?
I try to watch them, at all times.
Do you host watching parties at your house to watch?
Yes, I like to do that and bring friends and we can watch the races.
It's fun to share together. Okay, good. So can you explain the GP of MotoGP? What does that stand for?
Yeah, GP is a French word. Actually, is Grand Prix, which is the race, the whole qualifying and racing and practices.
Okay.
This is all organized by the FIM, which is the governing body for all motorbikes sport.
Okay, great. So when you compete in a championship, the circuit is the place where the racetrack where the competition is held, and each circle around the racetrack is one lap. Exactly. Okay. And qualifying, what takes place? How do you qualify?
Normally, the qualifying takes place the day before the race, and the fastest qualifying, the rider with the fastest qualifying time gets the pole position, which is the first one in the starting the race.
Okay. Great. All right. And the starting line and the finish line, I think we understand where you start and where you finish, but are these always in the same place?
Not always. They are not always the same one. And normally they do. They are the same one. The starting line is when you start and the finish line is where you finish.
Okay. And the pit lane?
The pit lane is the access lane to get to the pit box.
Okay.
And normally this lane is between the pit boxes and the circuit.
All right. What does it mean if you overtake another motorcycle?
If you overtake, this is also valid for a street and a circuit, is when you pass another vehicle. In the circuit, you can use the slipstream in order to overtake. That means that you take advantage of the flow of the driver that is just in front of you to go faster and be able to overtake, but please don't do that at the street.
Yes, only for racing, okay? Only for professionals, let's say. All right, and the pit crew, obviously the team management, the mechanics and assistants, so anyone who helps to change your tires or do any kind of repairs that you might need. All right, the paddock, so this is the area where the drivers actually stay when they're competing.
And the pit crew.
And the pit crew as well. So you'll find this area with the trailers or the motorhomes parked. And if you're a very lucky VIP fan, I guess you can say, you could actually...
You could access the paddock if you are VIP or you pay enough to get
Have you ever visited the paddock?
No, never, because I prefer not to disturb the drivers.
Okay, that's good. That's respectful. Okay. Great. So a rookie is, we can use this term in many contexts, but this means someone competing in the first year or for the first time. Okay. Wheelie and endo, these are two different kinds of tricks. Can you explain the difference?
Yeah, a wheelie is a stunt which the front wheel is lifted off the ground. If you accelerate too much, you are doing a wheelie.
Okay.
Okay, you can do a controlled wheelie, but it's difficult. And endo is the opposite. Okay. When actually the rear wheel is lifted off the ground when you brake too much.
Okay. So which one is more difficult to do?
I think the end is more difficult.
Have you ever done one?
No, never.
No? You haven't dared to try, no? It sounds difficult. Okay, the apex, what is this?
The apex, you may hear this when you visit a circuit. It's the point when you stop braking and start accelerating away again.
Okay, chicane. This is something I learned in addition to apex. I hadn't heard that one before. So chicane, two corners in close succession going in opposite directions. So kind of like a zigzag.
Zigzag, yeah.
Okay, good. All right, so how do we know the boundaries of the track?
In a bend, normally you would see curves or rumble strips. I didn't know that myself before this video.
Okay.
These are the boundaries of the track painted into colors, red and white. I'm sure you recall.
Yes, okay. And a hairpin, this is something obviously that we use to put in our hair to keep it out of our face, but in motorbike racing terms, it's a very tight corner in a U or a V shape. So kind of like when you open a hairpin, it makes a V shape, then that's what the hairpin is referring to. Okay, great. So we've covered a lot of vocabulary just now. Don't worry if you don't remember anything. Remember that the video will stay on Facebook if you want to watch it again and take notes or review a little bit. So now we're going to ask you some questions and you can write your answers in the comments section. So first question, Alvaro, for our viewers.
Have you ever ridden a motorcycle?
Okay, so have you? And if you do you own one? And if you own one, what kind? Remind me, what kind of motorcycle do you have again?
I got two. One of them is naked, which is the one on the picture.
Right.
And the other one is a sport or racing one.
Okay, great. What's your favorite make? And have you ever been to a MotoGP race? So how many would you say you have been to?
At least I have been in 3 races.
3 races.
In my life, mostly in Barcelona.
Okay, very good. All right. Okay, so as you're writing your comments, let me tell you a bit more about the course at ABBA. We have a complete course from beginners to business level. It's a great course to improve your English, right, Alvaro? We have our web and our mobile version, so you can study from anywhere, anytime. So it's very flexible. So our course is based on video. So you watch a video and then you watch another video explaining the grammar, and then you do exercises to help you improve your English. So if you want to sign up with our course, then go to our website. If you start out as a free student, you'll have access to the first unit of each level and then all of the video classes explaining the grammar. And then if you decide to go premium, you'll have access to all of the course content and you'll be assigned a teacher who you can write to anytime you have a question. So that's a really great resource. You can write to your teacher. You've done this before, right, Alvaro?
Yes, and in person too.
And in person because I'm his teacher. Okay, good. So in addition to our course, we have many other resources. So we have our blog. Have you read a blog article before, Alvaro?
Yes, I have.
Yes, okay, good. So you can find on our blog, you can find all kinds of good information from grammar explanations to English for travel, English for business, all kinds of different vocabulary for different situations. So this is a really great resource. And we are on all of the social media networks, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram as well. So you can find some really useful short grammar videos on our Instagram page now. And okay, so let's look and see. Somebody has a question. How do I answer in the comments? So you'll see the comments section on the video. So if you want to write something, that's where you should do it. Okay, if you have a question, then write it in the comments. If anyone else has a question, we'll be happy to answer it. And if you can't think of anything or it comes to you later on today, please feel free to keep writing and I will check the comments later this afternoon. So let's talk about next week's class. We'll be talking about collective nouns. So this is a bit more grammatical topic. So I just want to thank Alvaro for joining us today. It's been a pleasure. We always learn something when I have a guest, especially about these topics that I'm not so familiar with, like motorcycles. It was great to learn together with you preparing for this class. So thank you again.
You're welcome.
And I hope that this has been useful for some of you, even if you're not motorcycle enthusiasts. Maybe you learned a few things that will be useful for you in your day-to-day life. So I hope that you can join us next week, and we hope you have a great rest of your day. So take care, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
motorcycle